based on something that actually happened in professional wrestling, and I was distracting Bill, and he called me up and wanted to know what I wanted, and I said I want to sing the song Money, and I took my mask off and sang, and then everything rolled from there.
There we go.
Got the fever.
Yeah, well, I got the fever for sure. I just love music. And then
Who are you?
in high school, I'm Steve Olson, bass player in Silverteens. Forgot my name briefly. Yeah, in high school, I met Eric Pearson. We just had a celebration of life for him yesterday at Crumpy's Northeast. And great friend. And he's like, Steve, you play piano, you can play bass. Hand me a bass, showed me how to tune it. And started a band in high school, and in high school we got to open up Replacements and etc. And then it just took off from there. I just loved it, loved playing locally, and been in a bunch of bands. And I took over bass in the Silverteens for my cousin David Moe, and been loving it ever since. So yeah.
Very good. I'm Terry Isaacson. I play guitar. And that was cool to hear Courtney. She's a buddy I haven't seen for a long time.
Okay.
Hi, Courtney. Let's see. British Invasion, Kid, Beatles. The first album I remember the folks getting me because they weren't so sure about these Beatles characters. They got me a chipmunk sing the Beatles. And the bug bit. And then
Even with that.
Yeah. Curtis A. said he has that album. He knew what I was talking about.
I had my parents bought us one. It was like I don't think it was the Manchesters, but it was something from Montgomery Wars, and I don't know if they thought it was the Beatles, but it wasn't.
Exactly. It did the job though, man. The bug bit and never looked back. Guitar lessons, summer of 5th grade, and it took hold, and been busy doing it ever since. You know.
Awesome. You all have been in a million projects over the years, I assume. How did you come together to be the Silverteens?
Well, I was in a band with a bunch of guys. Well, actually, two different bands that were pretty much the same guys back in the late '70s and early to mid '80s. It was the MORs, and we played at Jay's Longhorn, and then we morphed into the Whole Lot Loves and played a lot at 7th Street Entry. And then we broke up in like 1986, right after we put out an EP. And I got back into playing because we did a reunion show, and probably in 2010, maybe 2009, something like that. And I'd been buying equipment for my daughter, my kid, Alma, who's an excellent musician. And I had a basement full of equipment because Alma was doing all kinds of different things. And we started practicing there for the reunion show. And then we decided, well, why don't we just kind of do shows once in a while again? And we did. And then at some point that kind of ended, and the guitar player in that band was Tippy, Tom Roth from Man-Sized Action, because our original guitar player was no longer around. So he was playing the last version of The Whole Lot Loves. And he and I decided to start another band, and he knew Dave Moe, Steve's cousin, and Jerry Johnson, our drummer. And we decided to ask them to start a band, and I think Dave came up with the name the Silverteens, and that was in 2011.
Okay.
And then we've had some changes over the years, and the current lineup is this one. And Jerry's camping this weekend. He's still in the band, our drummer. So.
What a hot weekend to be out camping.
Yeah.
How about you two? Previous projects, what led you to be in this project?
Let's see. So I was in a band called Laughing Stock with Jim Walsh and Kevin Martinson, Rick Ness, and we put out an album, I think, in 1985. I was in Laughing Stock, and then Motorhome. I drummed in Motorhome, and we did some switching around instruments too in Motorhome, and then took some time off, got married, had kids. I was in a band called Ground Loop with Rob William from Baby Astronauts. That ended in like 95, took like 22 years off. Wow. And then when my cousin Dave proposed that, hey, maybe you want to take over bass playing for the Silverteens, I got back into it. Yeah, so that's kind of my story. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know you took all that time off.
Yeah, a lot of big breaks
20
here.
years.
Yeah.
Learning things here
Yeah.
myself.
You've never had a break, have you,
Yeah.
Terry?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't ever remember getting much of a break. No, I've always played with a bunch of different bands. Flamin' O's in town. Oh, I don't want to start naming bands, or they'll get mad at me that I didn't mention their name. Or you can mention it. Mad at you instead, right?
I always want to make sure we get Ginny in there.
Oh,
And Kurt.
Absolutely, Curtis, some of those guys. But I hadn't played in a guitar, bass, drums band. All the bands I were playing in seemed to have at least one other guitar player. And not in a selfish way, but I spent much of the 80s in a three-piece. And it's a whole different thing when you're the only guy. You've got air to fill, you can't slough off, you've got to be on it, you know? And I also hadn't listened to a whole lot of garage pop, garage rock, stuff like that. When I joined the band, the Plimsolls, I knew them, I was a fan of them, but not much of the other covers they played. But I thought that kind of music requires strength and fire, and those are all good things to develop, and no matter what kind of music you're doing. So I looked at it as an opportunity. Plus, I'd seen the band through the years, and I always liked them. And I thought it'd be a good chance to develop three-piece skills, three-piece plus singers, and develop some strength and fire and look into a different kind of music than I was used to playing.
Terry, you're always learning. You always want to learn. He's amazing.
It's a journey. It's a journey,
Yeah.
Steve. We talk about the overuse of that word, journey. Yeah, it's a journey.
I think it was Terry who was encouraging us to start learning more originals. We had some, but we
Writing something, yeah.
But we were doing mostly covers, and I can't remember you came up with some formula. If we learn one song every, I can't remember, month.
Yeah,
We'll have all original
We were
next
talking
year, or
about
something like that.
I forgot about that, yeah.
So now we can do that. So.
Yeah.
But we still do some covers occasionally.
Of course, yeah.
Thank you for taking my suggestion.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part about shifting from mostly covers to originals? Was it finding the material? Was it writing the music? Was it everything? Or
The easy part for me was that Steve took.
Yeah.
Tell us how it was hard.
I started. Well,
Steve
sometimes.
stepped
No, I
up.
just started doing it with Terry's encouragement for sure, and with his he's such a skillful guitar player. It's like he can play anything. I just kind of took off. I started writing a ton. And it was kind of, a little bit, it's like, are people going to like us making that kind of transition? Because we were basically just a cover band,
Yeah.
cover band playing very
Obscure covers.
obscure covers,
Yeah.
rock and band. But
I
so
thought the people don't
it's been
know the
fun.
tunes anyway.
Yeah.
They might as well do the originals. And I also remember telling them what I tell all my songwriter friends if they're worried about coming up with tunes or not. You need to get your heart broken. And I told their significant others either. Also, I said, just temporarily, you have to put them through some stuff. Just until they get some songs written,
Right.
But I remember telling him when I joined too, I said, these songs could be taken Johnny Marr or Johnny Thunders guitar-wise. You could either make them jangly, which I'm a jangly guy mainly, or you can go, garagey punk, and it'll work with a lot of these tunes or anywhere in between. So I said, just let me know if you want them more jangly or more thrashy,
Yeah.
So
We
it's
like a variety. We like
Yeah,
a variety.
exactly.
I don't want them to be just the same.
Exactly.
Same kind of like genre, the same kind of. I don't know if that's. the
Yep,
word,
I'm
but,
with you. Yep.
Yeah.
how about we take a listen to a song?
Okay.
Since you've kind of started getting into your sound and what makes it, I know you just released a new EP. Should we check out something
Sure.
from that?
Don't burn your bridges.
Don't burn your bridges.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to tell us a little bit about the song before or after we listen? Oh, pointing fingers again.
Listen to it and then I'll think about it.
Alrighty. This is Don't Burn Your Bridges from the Silverteens on 91.7 WMCN. You suck. I need a new co-host.
I'm not used to these
I was
buttons.
going to say, you know all the right buttons to push. That's kind of impressive.
So I forgot to ask. I am live streaming on Facebook, so Ann can have an archive. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can talk about anything right now. You're not live on air, just live on Facebook, so no bad mouthing
Oh,
anyone
okay.
in the scene or anyone you don't want to piss off.
You know, I'm so focused on the music doing this that I didn't even look into the lyrics until fairly recently. And I thought, oh, that's what Mark's yelping about. You know? I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. We can all relate. Oh, I was going to ask you about this, but we can save it until.
Get together, make it. Yeah.
Where's he camping at? Up north or?
I think he's down by, is there a Lake Billsby, maybe down Cannon Falls Way or something? I think there's a campground there.
Okay.
Yeah, they go every summer with some friends, I think.
Nice. It's a hot weekend to be camping. I would
Well,
not.
July, yeah.
No.
I'm not going to camp in July anymore. I'm going to skip that month.
Just forget it,
It's too
yeah.
hot.
I have a friend that just left for Ragbri. She's doing the Ragbri race across Iowa. It's a bike
Oh,
race
my.
all the way across Iowa, and it started today. And I think she's
man.
batshit crazy.
Drummer Kirk does that. He's done that a few years.
Oh, really?
Kind of bar to bar on top of trying to cross the whole state.
Yeah, it's wild.
I did it on a motorbike in one day, and I thought that was hard. I was thinking about those guys.
Yeah, today was day one, so we'll see if she makes it.
We have to remember to call Paul a producer. We called
Yeah.
Paul an engineer on the last show. Not that that's a disparaging remark, but it can be two different things.
I mean, like when I haven't done a lot of studio work in the last 20 years, but like I was always just an engineer. I never referred to myself as a producer.
Oh, uh-huh.
Took the Steve Albini approach of I'm just a plumber that's coming to fix something, right? Like that's just pay me as an engineer. Here's the job.
I salute you, man. Mike placement and
That was Don't Burn Your Bridges from the Silverteens, who we have in studio. You want to tell us a little bit about that song?
Sure. Well, the title came about. I just jotted it down. I'm like, that could be a good song title. It was, I think, a point where I think both my kids were thinking about moving on from their jobs, and I just, told them, being the father, don't burn your bridges down. You might need to keep those contacts, right? But then the song is totally unrelated to that, though. So then I came up with a story, but started out with the bass line, the prominent bass line, and I kind of built it from there. I do record at home, so I pretty much do a full demo for the guys. I'll have guitar, bass, drums, and everything for the guys pretty much done. Yeah, that was the result right there. Yeah.
When you come at the rest of the band with a full song, pretty much done, like you said, are you guys putting in input, or do you just take it and run with it?
pretty much what you said. I think
Depends, yeah.
some of this, the part, if he's got something on the demo recorded that I like, I'll use it. If he doesn't, I kind of won't. But I seem to. I'm
defer to you.
I mean, teasing you because I don't recall not using anything that you haven't had there.
I'm
So
surprised you
that
use a lot of my guitar.
Oh,
licks and
absolutely.
riffs,
And I love playing guitar by committee. I tell them all the time, let me know suggestions. You're not going to hurt my feelings too badly anyway. But learn to respect the songwriter, man. They put in the time to do that stuff. So you want to make it something they're happy with, you know. So yeah, it's been pretty democratic as far as people doing what they want.
Yeah. this band, we get along.
We get along
don't-
great.
don't- Yeah,
People-
No drama.
There's no drama.
That's so
No
far.
drama,
Boy,
so-
they were going to jinx that today.
Do you think that would be different had you not been in bands for so many years? I know there were giant breaks in there, but
I
you
think there
you
is a
learned-
difference. I think, when we were younger, I don't know.
Definitely.
You get along, they'd be your friends and everything, but you take things, even though I remember saying, well, we're just doing it for fun. But, there was things that were small things that just got taken too seriously at like different points in time. That when you look back, it's like, why the hell did we get in an argument about that?
Yeah.
And knowing that, I don't know, you're older, you really are just pretty much, I think, doing this. It's a hobby in a way. It's fun. I mean, we want people to hear our music,
Yeah.
but
And
Serious
we
hobby.
love doing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely love doing it.
But the more you play with, you're right, you learn to respect the songwriter, especially, and to be flexible. I was not in my bands growing up through my 20s to the point where I went back to my hometown, Wilmer, and apologized to buddies. I'm so sorry, I'm playing with different situations now, and I'm sorry for being such a damn dictator. So, and being more open and accepting to other ideas. Needless to say, you'll discover things that you maybe weren't down with initially. Give them a chance a little bit, and they may grow to be some favorite parts of yours that somebody else came up with.
I think I was referred to by somebody in one of my former bands as the set list dictator. We're still really good friends today.
You got about it a singer a little bit.
I don't think he was completely right, but he probably had a point.
Well, that stuff isn't going to fly around here, so don't get any ideas.
I mean, some of you had giant breaks. What was the biggest change jumping back into the industry? From back in the day to playing out now. I mean, you went from the entry, it wasn't what it is today,
No.
correct? And other venues in town.
What was the question? What was the biggest change?
What was the biggest change when you jumped back in? What were you most shocked by or surprised by? Or what was the biggest
I
difficulty?
think
Because the players kind of stayed the same, right? There were a lot of people that were still in the scene from back in the day, and
I had friends that were still playing, so I was going out and seeing bands and things. And so it wasn't like I shut myself in a room or anything like that. But I think there is a big change in that when we were playing back in the 80s, there just weren't that many places to play. I mean, it was the entry. For a while, there was Duffy's, McCrady's. Does anybody remember
Oh, geez, I
McCrady's?
remember that. Boy.
There just weren't that many places,
Yeah.
and there's so many more
Yeah.
now.
interesting.
And a lot more bands.
I know a lot more bands.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
Biggest change, just getting into playing shape again. That was the biggest change for me when I first joined. Just playing again and playing longer sets and
Those are big
getting
strings,
into
man.
yeah. It was like, oh boy, yeah. Took me a while to get comfortable again. Yeah.
Plus singing while playing bass. I
Yeah,
always
so
salute
we
people
do,
who
yeah,
can
we do
that.
a lot of backgrounds and that takes some practice,
I think when you're on stage, though, for me at least, it's like it doesn't matter. It's like the switch. It's fun. Like the switch goes
Yeah.
on,
Just
and
Right.
you have a good time. And
Yeah.
Good description. Yeah.
that has never changed. And
Yeah.
so
I didn't have a change from being away from it, but I did from playing covers for money in my hometown through my 20s and making a conscious decision to stop that and support the songwriters. I got to where I didn't need the cash anymore, which is, if you're doing it for the money, we talk about the tribute bands in town and stuff like that, but original music isn't necessarily a big money thing for most situations. But I just wanted to report this, support the songwriters. A bass player, super bass player, John Wright, and producer. We were working on Jenny Dodd, speaking of her CD, and we were talking about this very thing. And he said it's a wonderful thing to pay tribute to your influences, but let's always keep in mind that see if we can move the rock and roll thing ahead a little bit ourselves while we can. And that clicked in my brain. And since then I thought,
Wise words.
yeah, I'm just going to try to support the songwriters, So that was my big change. there wasn't the big original music scene in Wilmer where I grew up, but it was a lot of places to play, and it was a good place to develop some skills. But it was about when I turned 30, I thought, okay, let's support creative things, you know.
You guys, I'm jumping all over the place. Ann is just as bad with
That's
transitions.
good.
For the record,
That's okay.
you just released the EP. You did EP release party at Parkway Theater, and you had DeLakes and was it Faith Boblet? Oh.
Yeah.
Why those two? I'm always interested to know why bands pick who they pick for a giant show like a release.
Well, I got to know Faith a little bit better, and I've seen her play before, and I think she's just a great vocally, great powerhouse singer and everything. And I thought of her because I thought when we're putting this bill together, it'd be nice to have a little more variety than just 3 garage rock bands that could be playing at, Palmer's, which doesn't exist anymore, but just a little bit different, and maybe it'll help our draw as well. But so I was doing I interviewed Faith for a tribute video I did for Paul Lundgren, and so I asked her. I thought this is a good opportunity. I'll just ask her, and she'd be willing to do it, and she was totally in on it. And then DeLakes is a fun young band. They're a lot younger than us, and really fun. And my daughter happens to be the guitar player in that band. So,
There we go.
Yeah.
And who doesn't want Drew on any lineup?
Yeah.
So fun.
Oh,
So
Drew
fun.
is just great.
Yes.
I wish I could be like him.
Right.
I'm just happy and friendly, outgoing all the time.
Always on it too.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some bad times there, but you wouldn't know it when you
Right.
talk to them.
Right.
They were so much fun.
Yeah.
Wow, a great band.
I was on stage because all the bands were using my amps, and we were doing it. Brand's sake, Faith had just got done sound check, and those guys were just sound checking, talking in the mic, and they were hilarious right away. I said, I love this band already, and they hadn't even played yet. They were just so funny checking the mics, But it was cool to have a variety of demographics of bands too, from different eras and ages, and that's always cool when you can do that.
And yeah, both of them just came through. I mean,
They were fabulous.
I was afraid to go on stage after Faith was done.
Yeah. I said that very thing to my buddies sitting there. Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk a little bit about the EP. How did you choose the songs that are on it? Or, did you write the songs thinking this is part of a cohesive EP? Or was it more you had created enough songs you're like, all right, let's record something and...
Yeah, the ones we chose, I guess we just we have recorded more. It's gonna be a full album. We just have to go in and finish them. And these are the ones we kind of got ahead of first, I think. And I had no real plan, like writing the songs. I didn't have any kind of concept in mind or anything. So it'll just come to me. There's no rhyme or reason. How they come together right now anyway. So, yeah.
And then I think that's right. And we knew we wanted to do this Parkway show, and we knew we couldn't get the full 12 songs done by then. And I think when you wrote Don't Burn Your Bridges, we all knew we wanted to record again, because we put a LP out in November of 2023, and we kind of talked about doing recording again, but I think when you wrote that song, so we got to go in and record that song.
Yeah, it was coming together in rehearsal, so.
Tell them the Cupidation story sometime anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, the Cupidation story.
That'll make them
Well,
laugh.
so Cupidation's a cover that we've done since 2012, probably. It's been a band called The Bumpers from Italy, and it was one that Dave Moe brought that he wanted us to do.
Mm-hmm.
And when we play it, people usually start dancing. It's a fun song to do. And anyway, our producer, Paul McFarland, when we're in the studio, he, at some point, I don't know why he did this, but he separated the background vocalists, which was Steve and Jerry. And it's like, man, it sounds like a Gregorian chant, doesn't it? And then I started looking up more about the Bumpers. I knew a little bit about the Bumpers, but I came across some page that talked about how in 1966 they were one of the bands that did a rock beat mass in Rome, I think it was. A Catholic mass, when it was a rock show, and the kids loved it. Kids absolutely loved it, but the Catholic Church didn't, and they excommunicated the Bumpers.
Why?
It's sort of ironic in a way.
Yeah.
It was later rescinded.
That's a rock and roll thing.
Right, right.
But then for our LP that's coming out, Steve's still got most of the songs, but Jerry's contributed a few, I think, right?
Yeah, at least two.
Yeah, and then me and my friend Matt Potts have one that we wrote together that's going to be on that record. And then also, I'm still close with Bruce Browning, who was the main songwriter for The Whole Lot of Loves, and he actually wrote a song within the last year that's going to be on this upcoming
It's a
LP.
great tune.
And he lives out
Yeah, he
in
writes good tunes.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Should we listen to another
Yeah,
song?
which
Do
one
you
do you
want to
Well,
listen to
let's do
Cupidation?
Cupidation since
Yeah?
we're just talking
Okay.
about it.
All right, Cupidation from the Silverteens. You can be quicker than that.
I don't have a show caller in my ear telling me to go. Like so much of my life, and that is just listen for go. And I just
I
push
bet.
button, push button, push button with Vader.
Gabby, I've never heard of the bumpers, so you're right about
I hadn't
obscure
either.
categories. I like
Obscure
that.
categories.
Italian
Oh,
rock.
I should have mentioned it was a Stuart Granger film. It was a theme song for a Stuart Granger film in 1966. He was he American or was he British? It was an Italian motion picture.
Okay.
And they're an
He was like a
Italian
secret
band.
agent or something. Yeah.
But from what I understand, the bumpers didn't write it.
No, don't.
Someone else,
Oh.
professional
Interesting.
writer for
Or-
film wrote it. or
Sounds like a film song, kind of. You can imagine it.
And a great guitar solo by Terry.
Oh.
Coming out.
It's off the record. I didn't know it was a real word. We had to look it up. Of course, the group.
It's kind of in between.
Is it
real-
kind of?
I don't know. I can't really. Yeah.
Don't talk during my solo.
Sorry, Terry.
Oh, here we can turn it up.
Repeat it there.
Go back.
I'm sorry to pick a knot or talk about a non-original tune.
No.
It's- This is a typical one where I didn't care for this song at all at the start, tell you the truth, but playing for several years, you learn to give things a chance. Let it gesticulate with you a while. And some of my favorite music has grown on me, even though I haven't liked. And now I love to play it now. But
Talking over my vocals.
that's won me over, man. We'll go with that anyway.
That was Cupidation from the Silverteens, who we have in studio. Super fun. Very fun. I get the dancing.
And that I didn't mention on air, but that was a title track for a 1966 Stuart Granger film, Italian film, Target for Killing.
As if the bumpers wasn't obscure enough. We're going to take it a step further.
Exactly.
Out of all the covers that you've played, why did this one land on this EP?
I think probably when we were deciding which cover we wanted to do, we probably played this song at a live show. And
It's been really clicking live, I think.
Yeah,
And we love it, and it's really, it's fast. It's it's got great guitar and drums, and really fun to play.
Yeah.
Thought it'd be a really good one to put on the EP.
And a reason why you put it on the EP and not the full album, same reason, just to add that, it was that spice that,
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it'll end up on the full album
yeah,
too.
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
okay.
sure.
Or is there?
But yeah, we're kind of calling this a sampler.
Oh,
So
interesting.
I think this 4 songs will end up on the 12-song LP.
a little preview?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a remix. something.
Something, do something different with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just bass and drums.
No, I was gonna say crank up the guitar.
I was gonna say then Terry doesn't get his guitar solo, no one's happy.
Add another stream or something.
Yeah,
Turn off the tambourine.
something to make it different, right?
Tambourine.
Yeah, we can't hear the tambourine.
Yeah.
Terry and I can't, we can't hear
Our
it.
high end is too
Yeah,
sharp.
it's gone.
Where's the
It's like, what?
tambourine?
There's tambourine on it? Can't hear it.
Can hear it live. Mark plays it hard
Yes,
live.
Live, you can hear it, yeah.
What does change from recording to live? Some bands will say they really amp up the energy, some say they take it down. Where do you think you fit as a band when it comes to that?
We're pretty energetic live, I think, and
Yeah, Mark is one of the most energetic front men in town. And then just last night, I had someone else tell me you're the best front man in
I've heard that from other people too.
Yeah.
He throws that
This is
tambourine
news
pretty
to me.
hard. He can still catch
He's
the
very
tambourine.
energetic.
Yeah.
He's very entertaining. It's
He's,
great.
he's a well-dressed dude.
Yeah, well dressed for the gigs. You know,
Do you have any shows coming up where someone can see it? Or
Yeah,
let's talk about some upcoming shows.
it's a big contrast. Our next show isn't until the end of August, but we played the Parkway Theater, and I was sweating bullets about getting people in there. And now we're going to play August 29th at Dusty's.
Oh, Dusty's.
gonna
Yeah.
yeah. From a big room
To the smallest, maybe smaller than this space.
It's good. Yeah.
And Scott Allen and the list is on the bill with us, and we're actually going to play with them on their gig on Thanksgiving night at the Schooner
Okay.
as well.
That's always a big draw there at the Schooner Thanksgiving night.
Yeah. And then we got our Christmas show, I think, is December 19th this year at the Eagles Club, and that's usually a really nice crowd.
Multiple
Shows up.
band thing.
Multiple bands, 4 or 5 bands. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you're at a bunch of different venues in town. I mean, you just read a laugh. Parkway, Dusty's, Eagles, Schooner. Very different demographics for each of those. I feel like a lot of young bands kind of get stuck in the pocket or the allure of First Ave and the Entry and Turf Club.
Sure.
Why do you do that on purpose? Is it more you're getting asked to play these shows?
Well, Scott Allen asked us to play, which is really nice. I don't know how to answer that.
They're all fun. Dusty's
Yeah.
is surprisingly fun. I don't mean that in
Class
a
there.
derogatory
Well,
way,
it's
but
such a small
so
space.
The
Yeah.
people and the stools in front are closer than we are here. It's like
You
just
can reach out and touch the
You can
person.
have a conversation with them between.
You can go and ruin Terry's guitar
Well,
solo for
exactly.
him.
I don't need other people to do that. But yeah, the intimacy has its own totally different challenges, which can be really fun.
Well, Scott Allen was talking to me last night about how Mark and Scott will have to, since you're very active, like a Mark, we got to be careful we don't get killed when we're around them during our thing. But at Dusty's, you're going to have to go. Everything's got to be up in the air, and you can't go. You got to be careful.
Yeah,
You go
yeah.
side to side or that way.
Yeah, we last
You're
played
gonna
there a
knock
couple
people
years
over.
ago. I think we did like an hour and a half set, which we might have to do again. Might have been longer than that. But yeah, I don't think I hit anybody.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Super fun.
But yeah, you got to be a little careful.
Do you feel like you change your set going from a Parkway where you have a giant space to Dusty's, or do you still play it the same? I mean, you have such a distinct sound, but
Yeah, the set doesn't, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might, right? If we think it's,
Well, if we think we need to do more power pop than
Yeah.
rock or punk, or,
like we played
you
at
know.
the Parkway in front of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And we
Oh,
thought,
yes.
well, let's not do, let's do more power
We
pop
did
stuff.
power pop, and that went over really, really well.
Yeah.
It was fun.
yeah, shout out Parkway for doing the music and movies thing.
Oh,
I've
that's so
always
much
thought
fun,
that
yeah.
was fun.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of movies that I get judged for not seeing, and now I get to see them with music, so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Should we listen to another one?
Sure.
Another one off the EP?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Should we do TV on Fire?
Sure.
Okay.
You want to tell us a little bit about it, listen
Sure, I'll
to
tell
it, and
you a
then
little
chat?
bit about
Or?
it. Yeah, I like the outdoors a lot. I like to go camping, all that kind of stuff. And it was after a recent camping trip. I actually woke up on a Sunday morning with this song going through my head, and I just kind of quickly jotted down the title and I already had something going for the chorus in my head, and that morning I basically recorded the whole song as is, the whole structure.
That's wild. I hear
Yeah,
people
so-
talk about writing a song for
Yeah.
months, and here you are. I woke up
It's
and
happened
just
a couple times to me where I've woken up, yeah, and just like boom, boom, boom. So, yeah, so it's kind of like disconnecting and getting outside, but it's also that's pretty much the gist of it. But building yourself, not literally starting a fire. We don't want to hear about wildfires nowadays. But yeah, or enjoying a campfire, that's fine. But also do something that lights a fire underneath you, kind of thing. In the last chorus, I think. And that's kind of the reasoning behind it.
all right.
Yeah.
TV on Fire from the Silverteens.
I'm learning stuff here myself here, dude.
I'm just a good bullshitter.
Education. That I already knew.
Some great guitar from Terry.
Steve wrote parts, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, we're lucky.
Dave Foley came up after this. He said, "You're a cross between the Cult and Pete Townshend." And I said, "I know which song you're talking about." This guitar part always sounded like the Cult a bit to me.
So Anna will usually push it and do the interview until like 3 minutes before we have to go. I think I'll probably cut it off a little bit earlier just so I can. I'm not
Do what
a
you-
pro like she is,
do what
so
you got.
probably play through this thing and kind of start to wrap things up if you guys don't mind.
Oh,
That's
we get
fine.
all long-winded and never get off the air
Right.
and let us talk about it.
I appreciate you bearing with me without Ann. It's
Oh, you're super pro.
different.
What kind of stuff do you play generally during your show? Is it all over the map also?
So every week we pick a theme. So this week is northern Minnesota because of the fires. We try to do
Oh,
something
right.
that has something to do with something.
Somewhat relevant.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah. And then we have people submit music and it has to be by a Minnesota artist.
Oh, uh-huh.
And that's the only rule, and it's really pretty crowdfunded, or else it's me and Ann digging through our own catalogs of
I
local
see.
stuff trying to find something that fits.
Oh, very cool.
And looking for a low song that'll eat up 13 minutes.
There you go. And you can go outside and relax for a
Yeah.
while. Yeah.
But no, it's fun because Ann and I are always in the scene, always out at shows, but we'll have bands submitted that we've never heard of. Maybe they're from back in the day, maybe they're current. It's very fun. So,
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
Educate some people.
yeah. And then having someone new on the show every week is super fun too.
Ah,
So we've had everyone from Greg Norton to Fiona Hayes, and it's very cool to see
sure.
someone like Greg in this crappy little studio, and then
no.
someone as young as Fiona like doing one of her first interviews ever, and with her mom here. It's just so cute.
Oh,
So,
that is very cool.
yeah.
I did some kind of fun for a while. We had Ann on that show.
Okay.
But then when Paul died, Paul Ingebrigtsen,
Yeah.
he's not related to me, then we just
How many
couldn't
times
bring
you
it.
could ask that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just couldn't bring ourselves to keep going.
We were all hoping you
But that
would.
might have to change after.
Yeah, I hope it comes back.
I hope it comes back, but I also get.
Yeah,
Give
we
it
did that
some
in my
time.
basement.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Claire's busy running for a
Claire's so busy with
Yeah.
the chickens and running for.
yeah, well, chickens, I guess, about it. I asked her one time, has the school board seen me perform? She said they've seen videos. She said they haven't seen it. She said my students don't give me any shit though, I'll tell you that much. She said,
Right?
don't cross the teacher, man.
No.
Look at her in
Oh, it's
action.
Claire.
Her sister, or twin sister, or something else too.
Yeah,
Oh, she has
Oh, I
a
didn't know
twin.
she had a twin.
yeah, they're not identical, but she's on the legislature.
Well,
Oh.
she just did. She's the oh crap, Meg.
Meg Luger,
What's the
Nikolai.
Nikolai, Meg Luger Nikolai. So she's the district. Then she took over the mayor of St. Paul. She took her spot.
in the state legislature.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
legislature.
House of Rep.
Okay.
That was TV on Fire from the Silverteens, who we have in studio talking about all the amazing people in the music scene, which is wild. Would the Silverteens be doing what they were doing right now if you weren't in Minneapolis, St. Paul?
I don't think I would. Terry would be probably not me. I thought about when I was younger moving out to California because I have in-laws out there, and we thought about that a few times. I applied for jobs, but it's like I'm so glad it never happened because I don't think I'm sure I would have met people and had friends and everything. I just don't know if I would have ended up playing in a band.
Does that have to do with the scene there versus the scene here? Do you feel?
I think this is a great, probably better. Like we were looking at like the Sacramento area, and it's a nice town and everything. I don't think they have the music scene like Minneapolis, so that's part of it. But it's, you get if you're middle aged or whatever. I don't know. I guess I didn't do it, so I won't ever really know. But I think I probably wouldn't have connected with enough people to start a band. I think so. I don't think I probably would have been in a band if I'd actually moved.
You do these what if things, but it's comforting. Have you talked to friends who have spent some time on either coast? Drummer Mike Ryder, I remember. Hi, Mike. He was telling me about coming back from out there, and he said, people take for granted, unless you go to a coast, the scene we have here. He said it's dog eat dog out there. It's bands aren't supporting each other. They're just backstabbing. It's pay to play a lot of places. He said the scene here is so supportive, and so that was kind of an eye-opener. And if you don't leave, you don't necessarily realize that. So that was cool to hear from him. And he's not the only guy I've heard that from. So
Yeah.
it gives us an appreciation for what's going on here. And folks like you who do this stuff.
What advice do you have to up-and-comers? You've been doing this long enough. You kind of know. You took breaks here and there, but you know what it takes.
I think stick to it. Stick to it and avoid the drama.
Easier said than done.
Unless you're writing a song.
You're right.
Unless you need material, then bring on all the drama.
Exactly.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's such a different scene now.
Yeah,
that
it's
would be-
different. The whole, you just gotta love to do it. So, I mean,
Yep,
if you
yep.
want to play, you gotta just go out and do it.
Specifically, youngsters in the hometown have asked me, what do you do to distinguish yourself from a million guitar players up here? And I always tell them, I lived in a warehouse for all of the 90s, 10 years, right near Broadway Central, and rented it out to different bands. And that's how I met half the people in town that I play with. I said, get yourself a rehearsal space. You'll distinguish yourself from all the other guitar players. So that's the one specific thing I tell them if they can do it. But other than that, it's such a different scene about getting heard. And I'm a low-tech guy, so.
Well, you've got a niece who's now performing. Do you give her advice?
Yeah. Get a rehearsal space. No, avoid the drama. Yeah. Just the same thing.
Yeah.
Kind of keep plugging away. Don't be discouraged. You're going to have some horrible gigs. Just being able to deal with that psychologically is
Yeah, something about playing to an empty room kind of can get to your head.
it can. Yeah.
I mean, I've traveled down to Lake of the Ozarks once, and we played to 6 people,
Oh, exactly.
just empty space.
Yeah, just especially if you're traveling.
Yeah, it was a
It's like, what the hell are we doing?
travel gig for $900.
Yes, indeed. You got to be doing it for different reasons.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Remind us where people can come out and see you next.
Our next gig is until August 29th. It's at Dusty's. And I think we're still trying to pull something together for October, but we'll have the Thanksgiving gig at the Schooner, Thanksgiving night, which I think will be a really fun
I feel
show.
like Thanksgiving Christmas shows are some of my favorite because it's
Yeah.
just everyone's so happy to
Good
not be
vibe
with
in the
family.
That's
And then
exactly.
Christmas, December 19th is the Christmas show at the Eagles. So
Perfect. And where can they find your new EP, music in general?
the Silverteens.com and Bandcamp as well.
Yeah.
And then it's on the streaming.
Spotify,
Apple Music, yep.
But you have
Or
physical
YouTube
CDs
music.
too.
Oh, there it is.
Let's-
Sorry, thank
no.
you for that. They're in the local independent record stores. I won't be able to name them all.
Saw one at Hi-Fi yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi-Fi, Lucky Cat, Roadrunner,
No name.
No Name.
Well, thank you for still pressing CDs as a CD junkie myself.
Oh.
It makes me
that's good to hear.
happy. So, I am also one of the few with a CD player still in my car. So here we are.
Right.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. Congrats on the EP. We will see you at the end of August at the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for
Yes.
having us.
Thank you. Let's finish off the hour with some more music about northern Minnesota. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
you.
You did great.
Oh, thanks.
That
Thanks.
was way fun.
Super fun.
Yeah.